Well, coming to the realization that, hey, we weren't getting much better, if any, at dealing collectively with complex problems than thinking about computers for some reason. And I had earlier thought, says, well, the world doesn't need more engineering, so I'll have to shift. And for some reason then I got to thinking about computers. Gee, they're supposed to be able to do a lot of computing, but can that do us any good? And then I thought about, gee, if people could work interactively with them. I don't know where that was stimulated by, but that came forth. And interacting with them, well, punch cards and so on is a slow way. Oh, well, from my experience in the Navy with radar sets that had a big tube screen like that, and sonar is the same way. Sound pulses underwater, and radar, it's radio pulses above like this. And the electronics in there paints pictures on the screen for people. And so I knew enough electronics, basically like that I could just instantly say, well, if a computer can punch cards or print on paper, it could draw anything you want on a screen. Oh, great. And then all of a sudden realized too that both radar and sonar sets are constantly responding to the operators cranking cranks and pushing buttons. Oh, well, if those electronics can respond like that, a computer certainly can. Oh, you could sit there and interact with a computer and see this result on the screen. Oh, it could really help your thinking at all. Oh, and people with similar workstations could be connected to the same computer complex, and you could be interacting and working. Oh, hey, that sounds like an answer I can go for.
Were you thinking then also about the keyboard already?
Oh, yeah, working a typing keyboard, yes.
And how did you feel when you thought all that out?
A relief that here and now finally gave me a career direction that would basically meet what I decided I wanted to have my career do, is make a difference.
Did you tell anybody about it?
Yes. Quite soon I called up my fiancée. And she was a very good sport about it. Oh, yes, I see. And within a few days I told her, well, I also want to go to graduate school because I should learn how to do radar, and I've learned at the University of California at Berkeley as a research contract to build a computer. Mm-hmm. And that would help me learn that, see. Oh, I see. Well, great. But here she'd had this vision of settling down. And one of the things when I proposed to her, she said, well, here, how many children do you want? Oh, 3, maybe 4. And she says, well, I want 10. She meant it.
How many did you have in the end?
We ended up with 4. Oh. But, she was very serious, and she actually wasn't going to say yes until I came around to say 10. And I said, well, that's, an awful lot. Think about the world's population, all that's too many already. And no, if you raise them right, they'll all do good. And so she went to stay the night then with her aunt, who lives in San Francisco. And next day when we met, she says, well, my aunt scolded me. Oh, yeah? Yes, she said, how can you turn him down? And she says, well, it was so sudden. And her aunt says, what, you've been going together a year and it's so sudden? And so, all right, she came to me sort of chagrined and says, all right, I'll marry. It wasn't that sad, but anyway, it was really fun, so.